Alright everyone, and welcome back to another episode, the F123 Driver Career Mode with Alfa Romeo, episode number 22 today for the Canadian Grand Prix. If you missed the previous episode at the Spanish Grand Prix, I recommend you go and check that one out. Especially at the end of that one, our teammate Fernando Alonso has announced his retirement from Formula 1 after that DNF. But you know, that P2 that we got leaves us 5th in the championship, not really in any title fight. I'm expecting we're going to fall down, but I'm trying to hold on for as many positions as possible. The one thing to come from that episode was tyre wear. We need a tyre wear upgrade, and we've got the chance to do two, potentially this major one. I was thinking about rushing it for Canada, but then I decided it's a major one. It's probably going to cost 800 resource points if it fails as well, and that means we can also fit on a minor electrical systems upgrade as well, purely because we want to get that on. But we've got our drag reduction and ERS from previous episode as well, but there are some big upgrades coming to the top of the field. You know, those are ultimate upgrades for both Red Bull, Aston Martin and Ferrari to leap to 1, 2 and 3 on the R&D chart. Haas and McLaren also bring upgrades. Mercedes do not, so they've been caught by Alpine. That's going to hurt our championship leader Lando Norris. We are back in front of Williams, but Williams are two pay drivers, so I mean they're really no challenge. Avatar is still behind us, so with their much stronger lineup of Albon and Magnussen. But yes, we moved to Canada. Now I'm not going to lie, I've started to fall out of love with Canada on the F1 game. It was last year and the year before, this year and last year haven't really done anything well here. I kind of think it's just the way that the handling model and the setup has gone in this current era of Formula 1. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the qualifying lap because that's what we're doing. We're down in P16, which is what we not really where we want to be. The car still lacking straight line speed on, I think, the aero and the engine side. So that's sort of the three areas where we also need to focus. We will be looking at that. Back to engine, probably for the next race as well, because obviously we've got Austria next week. That's a sprint race, so if we can get some upgrades in for that would be good. Or I think we might miss that. And, we like looking at. I think we're probably looking at Belgium for that. That hairpin is always horrible anyway. So we move on to the DRS straights. To be honest, I'm never going to get the perfect exit out there. And through this, it's not as satisfying anymore through that section as it used to be. Straight, keep to the right as the shortest up to the line. It's a short lap here, but it's only good enough for P16. Yeah, P16. Now, you might think that that's terrible, but we're 7/10 off the pace, and we're fractionally slower than our teammate. And bearing in mind, if you've been following me for a while, you will know that I am not the best at qualifying. So, the fact that we're close to our teammate is good. We can move from here, but the car needs to improve rapidly, because if you look back at the R&D tree, there is that chasm between us and Alpine. So we'll have to see what we can do. From 16th on the grid, it's time for the race.
It is the second largest French-speaking city in the world and home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. Welcome to Montreal. A 2.7 mile circuit, peaking at around 190 miles per hour. 2 DRS zones, 14 turns, tight corners everywhere you look, and a very narrow track. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. It's Sergio Perez on pole today. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Bottas, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Ocon, Norris, Hulkenberg, Albon, Gasly, Joe, Fernando Alonso, Phoenix, De Vries, Magnussen, Stroll and Logan Sargent. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? With me today, of course, is Natalie Pinkham. Now, can I get your take on Max Verstappen? And it's great to have the company of Anthony Davidson up here in the commentary box, and a great win for them last time out. What goes into a winning run like that?
Well, there are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out will have boosted their confidence coming into this race.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
That is going to be tough, and it's also going to be interesting because once again the strategy is starting on hard tyres. I did have it's either that or a 2-stop. Yeah, soft, medium, hard is slower according to this delta, so that's what we're going to do. We are going to start on the hard tyres and try and keep on those for the rain. Alonso's doing the same, so vibrant lights with the Canadian Grand Prix, and away we go after a bit of a held there. It's actually a good start. There's a slow start for one of the Haas drivers. I think it's Joe. We're just going to then switch to the inside there and get down the inside. Then around the outside at turn 2, but the AlphaTauri, I think that's Albon. He's going aggressive on soft tyres. We need to get in front of him. We know the AlphaTauri is slow around the outside. This section turns the inside of the next corner, and that's one of my better overtakes at this circuit. This is actually becoming more one of my textbooks moves around the outside here. Brake a bit later than the car in front. Obviously go a bit deeper, but then try and use the grip of the fresh tyres. It doesn't quite work on older tyres. We're now going to die at the inside of Lando Norris, who, judging by the last race, who's probably sick at the sight of seeing the back of my Alfa Romeo. As well, Norris is going to try and come past us as well, but we squeeze him to the inside, so he has to brake early, and we're just able to take the racing line and keep P10 for now. We're off the points, so this could be good, but the top 9 are starting to move away. Yeah, we've lost. We're not within DRS of Ocon, and they're battling with Norris. Just trying to keep Norris behind is costing us valuable time, and I'm half interested to let him go. But I know if I let him go, well, we could end up with issues. We'll let Joe go to try and get DRS. That's what I'm trying to do, is trying to break the 1 second as well through these corners, but haven't been able really to do that. Joe and Norris are both very fast in a straight line. There's a yellow flag behind us. We'll get a look at that in a moment. Joe's a go at the inside, nothing doing there. Retain P10 for now, but there is a whole gaggle of cars behind. Lance Stroll is not one of them because he has had a puncher for the 2nd race in a row. We've had an AI puncher, ladies and gentlemen, after not the first 2 on this game. Yeah, they are there. I don't know how Stroll got that puncher, whether it was just tyre wear or something, but if that's tyre wear after handful of laps, not great. And it's not great for us as well because we've been overtaken by Joe, haven't been able to get past him, and now Lando Norris is coming through the 2nd DRS zone, and we are going backwards now. We're out the points, and I'm starting to think, well, first of all, this man, Carlos Sainz, has ditched the hard tyres. He's gone to softs, so that got me thinking, maybe we should pit as well. And that, we're lap 12 now. The rears are horrible, and it brings again that theory that the player has worse tyre wear than the AI. Again, we are coming in. This has not worked because the rain has not arrived. If the rain was coming about lap 16, 17, then it would be perfect for the hard tyres, because the mediums runners would have pit, and the hard tyres we would have been able to pit straight to inters. The rain isn't coming until like lap 23-ish, so another 10 laps, those tyres will be dead. They'll be with puncture range, so we have to pit to make the most of this and make sure we don't fall behind too much in order to keep P10. Otherwise, we are going to, when everyone pits, they're going to come out in front of us. So we make easy work on Logan Sargent with fresh tyres, it's time to fly. I couldn't get around the outside there, but it was around the outside the next corner, just able to, it's just a sitting duck with his old medium tyres. Hopefully, again, fresh tyres are overpowered on this game. As NYCK de VRIES locks up, I think that's NYCK de VRIES. It's one of the Aston Martins. Is locked up, and he's going to get overtaken by one of the McLarens there. He's yet to stop, as is Alonso, our teammate, who is actually up in P10. So we would have probably been a bit further up had we probably kept going. So maybe in hindsight we should have just believed in the strategy, but in the end we are going to make light work of Fernando. Meanwhile, up the road, Leclerc is comfortably leaving from Perez. Sainz, with his early stop, he's up to P3 ahead of Verstappen, who's P4. McLaren is down at P5, and that is Lando Norris, who's lost his front end plate. So Norris is having another bad Grand Prix as well. P5 in Spain, of course. Can he get back in the points? That'll be a long thing. This is what happened to him, and he just braked into the back of the AlphaTauri there and just didn't decide to wanted the AlphaTauri to move out of the way, and he didn't. So we're battling now with Zhou Guanyu. There's a lovely switchback there where we can't get the power down, but we are going to have DRS. It's lap 21 now. These tyres are horrible. They are going off. Again, we're going to dive down the inside here, go way too deep into that corner, but we don't care. We're just going to carry on. But it's starting to rain. Things are not going well. We got pretty much out of VRS. We're trying to. The back end is starting to slide about with the rain, and the tyre wear is definitely not helping there. Somebody else the rain isn't helping is NYCK de VRIES, because he is collided with the wall of champions. Here's a replay on board with him as he just missed the second apex, had a wiggle and just slid in. He's got no front wing, and NYCK de VRIES is actually going to retire from this race, and that would have been perfect for a safety car, and I was begging for a safety car, but one didn't come out. So yeah, the best we can do in this race is P10 unless there's a safety car, because the top 9 are miles ahead. They're about 20 seconds ahead. We're able to just about get in front of the two Hasses who are double stacking there as well. Albon has stupidly continued on when it's time for inters, so he'll definitely regret that, as he almost goes straight on out the pit lane as well. But there's no change in the first two positions. Leclerc leaves from Perez. However, third place is now Bottas. Bottas, of course, crucially denied that podium at Jeddah. Now, Zhou has some sort of damage as well, and is not liking the conditions, so that's given us a gap, and it's getting wetter. And I'm thinking, just like we did in Brazil in season 1, we are going to come into the pits at the end of lap 31 for the full wet tyres.
The tyre situation is an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got for now.
Cannot be serious!
Could have told me that, Mark, before I entered the pit lane. It doesn't matter. We're going to stick with it. I think it's the right call to pit for wets as well. Zhou is about 15 seconds behind, but there he is. So how many positions are we going to have to overtake? Remember, we come out. This is going to be close, actually. It's not going to be many. Around the outside. No, we've gone straight on almost into the grass. We're going to lose out to Ocon and Gasly and Zhou. So we've only lost 2 positions by pitting. I'm going to get Gasly straight away down the inside the next corner and move up to P11. Hulkenberg follows me through on Gasly. So they've been stuck behind Zhou for so many laps that we've been able to make another pit stop and have only lost 2 positions. That's how slow Zhou's going at this moment. And now Hulkenberg there followed me through. We're now going to get Zhou on the back straight here, and we think that Zhou would slow up and let Hulkenberg through, because there's a chance that it could dry up and the inters on the AI who do better in this sort of changeable conditions do better, as well as Esteban Ocon up the road, is all over the back of George Russell, just not able to find a way past, just like the others with Joe Guanyu there, who's been holding them up lap after lap, and you can see how slow they're going. In the matter of laps we've overtaken Joe. He's 11.5 seconds behind us. So we come across the line, it's P10, which it's another point, I will take it, but considering it's not good enough what we want to do with this car, there's serious concerns about how much we can develop this car, considering the pace that everyone else is going to be going over the latter half of this season, especially if our teammate retires halfway through the season, which I expect he will do. But because he's 56 seconds off the lead, we need to be a bit better than that, really. But yes, basically, it's like this. We are now pretty much lost sight of the top 5. If I can finish P10, I think I would definitely take that at the end of the season, with 10 points in front of 10th place Piastri, 15 in front of Gasly. The Alpine, I think we can just about catch, be better at some Grand Prix, so that is really the target for us. Constructors wise, it depends on who we have as a teammate. If we get a rookie F2 driver, then it might be tough to keep P5 in the championship. If we get an experienced driver, one who can score points consistently, like Alonso did at the start of the season before he had been on that horrible run of 2 DNS and 2 non-point scoring finishes, then there is a chance that we can push for P4 and Aston Martin as well. Sonoda only P7 today, so Aston Martin are starting to slip, just like they did in real life with their form. They're starting to slip back as well, and obviously Sonoda's the only one scoring points in that team at that moment in time. So that's where I'm going to leave it today's episode. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and new to the channel. See plenty more F123 driver videos as and when they come out. Until the next video, then I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.